Hey there and welcome. Today, we're going to go on a really cool journey. We're going to build an entire day from the ground up, from the moment you wake up to when you go to sleep, all using some super essential Japanese words. So let's jump right in.
You know that feeling when you want to tell a friend what you did all day, but you want to do it in Japanese? Or maybe you just want to think through your own schedule in a new language? Well, stick with me because by the end of this, you're going to have all the tools you need to do just that. Okay, so where do we start? The morning, of course. Every day has to begin somewhere. Just think about the first couple things you do, maybe even before your first cup of coffee. We're about to put some Japanese words to that exact routine.
It's pretty cool, right? You can already see how these words create a little story. First up, you've got the time of day. Asa, which is morning. And what happens in the morning? Well, you okimasu, you wake up. And then, if you're feeling productive, maybe you benkyou shimasu, you study. See? They're just simple building blocks for your daily story.
All right, so you're up, maybe you've even studied a bit, but when did all this happen? To really add some detail to our story, we need to talk about time. I mean, describing your day isn't just what you do, it's when you do it. So let's get a handle on telling time.
The great thing about telling time in Japanese is that it's a super logical system. You just take a number and add ji for the hour. For minutes, you add fun or pun. Want to say half past? Easy, just use han. And to be clear about AM or PM, you've got gozen for the morning and gogo for the afternoon.
But what if you're the one asking for the time? It's just as simple. To ask about the hour, you use nanji, like what hour? And if you want to get really specific, you can ask about the minute with nanpun. It's all about knowing which piece of information you're looking for. Okay, so you're up, you know the time. What's next? You gotta go somewhere, right? Most of us don't spend the entire day at home. We've got errands, places to be, so let's learn how to talk about all the places you might be heading.
So here are just a few super common places you might find yourself. Maybe you need to swing by the ginko, the bank, or maybe you're planning a nice quiet afternoon at the toshokan, the library. These words are basically your vocabulary map for getting around town.
So how do we link all this stuff up? How do we connect our actions to these places? Well, in Japanese, we use these tiny but super important words called particles. Think of them like the glue that holds your whole sentence together. Two of the most useful are kara, which means from, and made, which means until or up to.
And check out how easy it is to put this into practice. If you want to say from the bank, it's just ginko kara. And until the library, that's toshokan made. Just like that, you've described the path of your journey. It's really that straightforward. All right, errands are done. Now we get to the real meat and potatoes of the day, right? For a lot of us, that's going to be work or school. So let's cover the verbs for these main events, the things that usually take up the biggest chunk of our time.
These are your workhorse verbs, the ones that are going to do a lot of heavy lifting for you. You, hatarakimasu, you work. We already saw benkyou shimasu, to study. And the best part of any workday, when you owarimasu, you finish. These three can pretty much sum up any workday.
Okay, this next one is a really neat little detail that's going to make you sound so much more natural. Yasumimasu is the verb. It's the action of resting or taking a day off. But if you're talking about the day off itself, the holiday, that's a noun, yasumi. It's a small difference, I know, but it's one of those things that really makes a big impact.
So we've pretty much nailed down how to talk about one single day. But let's be real. Life isn't just one day at a time, right? We need to zoom out a bit and figure out how to put our day into the bigger picture of the whole week.
This is so useful. So think of it like this. Right in the center, you've got kyou, today. Simple enough. Take one step back in time and you're at kino, yesterday. One step forward and it's ashita, tomorrow. This lets you talk about the past and future without even needing to look at a calendar. And you can't really plan a week without, the days of the week. So let's quickly run through them, from getsuyobi for Monday, all the way down to nichiyobi for Sunday. Having these in your back pocket is absolutely essential.
And bam, look at this. This is where it all comes together. We're combining everything we've learned. Getsuyobi kara means from Monday. Kinyobi made is until Friday. And what do you do during that time? You hatarakimasu, you work. How cool is that? One sentence using days, particles, and verbs.
And just like that, after a long, productive day, our story is winding down. We finally made it to the evening, or ban, and into the night, or yodor. And what's the very last thing on our to-do list? Of course, it's to nemasu, to go to sleep.
So there you have it, a full day in Japanese. But before you go, I've got a little challenge for you. Think about konban, which means tonight. What are you going to do from now, made, until you nemasu, until you go to bed? Give it a shot and try to build that sense for yourself. Thanks for joining me.